Swim, bike, run, keeping it real with Garrick, Lowen, Jackson, Laundry, and Nicholas Chase. Plus everyone's favorite host, Lisa Becker. This is the Real Triathlon Podcast. Training, racing, no filter, all hard.
Welcome back to the Real Triathlon Podcast. And guess what? It's just freaking me. There's not like, I know the intro has some other names in there, but it's just me and Morgan Pearson today. Oh, wait. It's funny enough. I've been trying to get a hold of Jackson Laundry all day to see if he's coming on here. And he just responded now. Oh, frig, I didn't know we'll be doing it Monday. So whatever. He's not here. Let's see if I'll send him the invite. But Morgan, sorry to leave you hanging there for a second, but while I ranted. But how you doing, bud?
Get Jackson on if possible. That guy was, I'll never forget what he told me last year.
Like, what was that?
He told me that when he's chubbier, he's more aerodynamic. I was like, okay.
Well, he's yoked right now. Like, he was injured for a minute, and then like I was like, dude, you just been doing curls, man. Yeah,
I don't know if that was like I don't know if he was trolling me or not, but we were just on the bus in Vancouver, and he's like, yeah, whenever I get a little chubbier, I have more aero because it like smoother. The skin is smoother.
He was for real. Trust me. He would think about that and be like, yeah, I don't have as many dimples in my. There's not much veins.
So, I'll never forget that.
I mean. I haven't really been, I don't really pay attention it's probably bad. I don't pay a lot of attention to what everyone else is doing in the sport because like all I do is sport. And so when I don't have to, I just like check out. So unless it pops up, I don't see it. But I know based off of just a couple things, you had a good race recently.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got fourth in the London WTS sprint.
The sprint.
Which coming off some middle distance racing was,
should we only do sprints?
I prefer Olympic, so no. But I think with the relay too, like the relay is a nice addition for the Olympics and that sort of thing. So I think having Olympic and then the Olympic distance for the individual and then the relay, it's kind of like I feel like if you did the sprint and the relay, it'd almost be like too close. But obviously, some guys are better at the sprint, so they'll probably want the sprint.
Yeah. Well, let's just give a quick recap of who the F you are. 2 Olympic silvers, bud, in the relay. WTCS win, a chaotic T100 Dubai victory, which I do remember seeing that, and I was like, you're like cross the finish line, and you're like, question mark? I don't know. We'll talk about that maybe a little. And then you bounce back from 29th at Hamburg to 4th at London, which is what we're just referencing to. And, dude, currently ranked number 1 in the swim, bro. 23rd on the bike and 2 on the run. That's
who's in front of me on the run?
I didn't see that, but it's got to be some.
Yeah, because I was 1 for a while, and then someone told me I was 2 today, and I was like, really? So
who could it be?
Probably Hayden, I would guess. I think because I ran pretty. I think Vancouver probably went away because I ran all right there last year.
Yeah. You're notoriously still introduced as the runner turned triathlete. Is that just annoying?
No, not really. I mean, I ran for a while. I ran in college, so it's like still.
It's like chill.
Yeah, doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I guess like if I did a podcast and they asked like how I got into triathlon, and it's just like I don't need to talk about that anymore. But
yeah. Like just look at my archives, man. Just listen to
I mean, if you're like genuinely interested, but like I just feel like that's such a lazy question at this point.
Yeah, I think that I'm tired of everyone treating you like you're borrowing running and just putting in triathlon. Like you're a full together package these days, and you just have a pedigree of running. That's the way it is.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
Hey, random question. Would you trade both silver relays for an individual bronze? Thought that'd be fun to question that.
That's not a fair question. Just not a fair question.
Come on.
Actually, someone asked that to me on a podcast once. They're like, oh, I mean, like the thing about the relay is like it's with the team. So like I don't want to take away that medal from my teammates. So I couldn't do that,
For real. Yeah, that individual versus the team stuff like goes a long way.
Yeah, it's like and like I don't know, in like 30 years, I think people you could show them your medals. And like, I mean, honestly, even now, like unless they're like a super, like even if they're a triathlon fan, it's different. But like, if I'm home in New Jersey seeing some, obviously individual, they know it's a relay, but people still are pretty cool with it.
Well, if I think the biggest thing, and that's probably why it's like you hear silver, that's all you hear. You're like silver, whoa, cool. But if it's
Yeah,
bronze, they're like, yeah, great, you did a good job, man.
yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about that. But maybe if it was gold individual, that'd be a different
That
two
come
silver.
on,
That
come on,
I might be thinking about that differently. But
yeah,
hey, man, I'm still going for LA, so the
yeah,
dream's
you
still
are.
alive.
So
Dream's
did
still
you did any of that pro series stuff kind of like tickle your fancy? You're like, I'll do that, I'll do some T100, or was LA
pro
still always the goal?
pro series. You mean like T100?
Or yeah, like T100. Did you ever
Uh,
consider like going a little bit longer, more than middle distance or stuff like
yeah,
that?
like I'm thinking about doing an Ironman next year. Like maybe Arizona next year to try to qualify for Kona 28.
Is Arizona happening?
I don't know, but like I obviously don't. Yeah, maybe you're asking the wrong guy.
It,
Some
it's canceled.
Okay, well, you know what I mean, like
Okay.
Cozumel maybe. I don't know. So
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of these that's like in December, maybe doing because it'd be fun to do Kona after LA, but yeah, no, I mean it's cool. Like it's cool to do. I like being versatile a little bit more. Kind of learning the new distance and like I think for me, I did so much Olympic stuff. Like I started the sport in 2018, and my only dream was to make the Tokyo Games. And then I after Tokyo, like my dream was to go back for Paris and try to win a medal in the individual and the relay. And obviously accomplished some of those goals, didn't accomplish other ones, but yeah, I think having kind of like not a break from short course because I never really fully stopped racing it. Last year I still did a handful of WTS. Obviously this year I just jumped in Hamburg and London, and I'll do the final, and I might do some World Cups in the fall. So it's good to like I'm glad I never like fully went away because I think that would be really hard. But I think in terms of like my Olympic, going for the Olympics, and I think it would be maybe dangerous to just be so invested for 4 years, another 4 years, just like only care about that. Maybe if you ask me after Tokyo, like my mindset shift in this sense of like after Tokyo, it's like, oh, I got to be all in. But now I'm more like, I want to be all in on triathlon, like preparing myself, my body, the mind, but like diversifying the goals a little bit. It's just, I think it's good for longevity, um, and
Yeah, I
just like
mean Vincent Louis
enjoyment.
retiring like after Kona, like that's not super longevity. I mean he's probably been doing it longer than I've been racing anyways, but I mean
Yeah,
it
yeah,
seems
but
like he's
like,
pretty young.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how old he is, but I'm more saying like with the Olympics in mind, like it's just easy to get burned out, and like WTS, it's hard, man. Like it's just it's just brutal. Like people that don't really know it think like you hear 29th in Hamburg and it's like that sounds pretty bad. But I remember leaving that race and being like, I don't think I'm in like podium shape, like podium for WTS right now, like especially a sprint. But I was like, I don't think I'm that far off from being like within the top 10, top eight. It's just like some things have to go differently and execute differently. And then I mean I proved that in London. So it's like you think about it's just like it's just way different. Like it's just the top guys are the top guys, but there's just more depth in the WTF. It's
Oh,
just the nature.
it's easy to see. Like just watch a
Yeah,
couple of those races, and you're like, well, the dynamics keep everyone together. That's
yeah,
the first and foremost. And then, are you a guy shouting on the bike for everyone to get their shit together and catch and pull, or are you just kind of like seeing how it goes and putting your nose in where it makes most sense?
you asking me?
Yeah,
Um, I think over the past couple of years, especially the last year and a half, like I'm working with a different bike coach now, and I'm pretty tactical, I'd say. Like I think I'm pretty good on the bike now, especially short course. Like that's kind of been my biggest area of focus in training the last 18 months. And like, I mean, I'll just, in London, for example, like we had a group of like 13 or 12 or something. Um, and it's funny, there's a few guys who are just yelling, yelling, yelling. Like, I don't need to call them out, but and they're really quality athletes, but they're maybe not the guys competing for the podium. And then I'm looking around and I see the guys who are going to be competing for the podium and they're just chilling in the back. And then I'm like, why are you yelling at me? Like, and I know been on like WTS podiums and like I'm definitely like a good runner and all that. So, but it's like yell at those guys like competing for like the world title. Like, but they're just like in the back chilling. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what are you guys doing here? Like,
They're just scared, man. They're too scared to call them out and get the repercussions.
yeah. So I'll yell for sure. Um, I'll yell when it's like someone's being sketchy. One guy I like to yell at is Tyler Misselchuk because he like never pulls, man. And then we're friends, but he never pulls. So it's just like I always have to yell at him no matter what.
He's like,
Just,
there's a chance I'm going to win this thing if I don't pull, man.
yeah, and he's a little guy, so maybe he just doesn't have the power.
Well, he probably goes up there and has to shell himself, and then he's like gets off and
Yeah,
almost gets doused.
yeah, but he never pulls. And like I feel like it's one of those things where when you've been around a while, like at a certain point, like you kind of like when you're young and new, you're just like, oh, I just got to stay in the pack and just you're not really racing it, you're just surviving. But then like Tyler's been doing it. He went to the 2016 Olympics, man. Like that he's been at it a
Yeah,
while. So like, come on, man, take at least like pretend to take a pull. So yeah, I feel like I'll do
pretend.
it. I'll do it, and I'll try to be smart and tactical and yeah. I mean, I haven't done a lot of WTS in Hamburg. I was doing a lot of work on the front of the bike, and then I actually like well, this is a chase pack, of course. This is the chase pack. I was back there with the chasers, and yeah, I basically unclipped.
All right.
This whole thing happened, and I like was Supermaning on my bike. I
For
literally
fun.
unclipped. No, so like, it's a whole story. So I unclipped, like I stood up to like we went around the corner and I got out of my saddle. One shoe came unclipped, and then I like almost fell. The other shoe came unclipped, and I'm on my top tube on my stomach, and I was
Oh
leading. I
no.
was leading the pack. So I was like, like the Tom Pitcock celebration.
Yes.
It was bit not because he does that on his seat, but I was like kind of on my top tube or like so I was like I was literally at the front and I'm like unclipped like Supermaning, and a couple people saw it like, and they were like, what was going on there?" So after that, I was a little bit more conservative coming out of the corners because what happened was like I was gonna wear these one pair of shoes, and I got them, and they were like, I spent all this money on them, and then with tariffs these days, the money, you just got to pay for these
Why didn't you just
shoes.
get him for free, man? You're Morgan Pearson.
Uh, well, I actually got a pair of shoes at Hamburg for free, which I used in London, so that's good stuff. But yeah, so these shoes, and then I just realized I like didn't like them. Like they didn't feel good. They weren't that good a shoe for me. So then I just like literally unpacking last minute. I went back to my old shoes, and I think the cleats were a little bit worn out, and I was trying to find new cleats before the race. I couldn't. I don't know how we got talking about this, but anyone who
It's
saw
a good segue.
yeah. So, but point is, I felt like I was doing a good amount of work, but then after that, I kind of was like, just trying to like not come unclipped on again. So
Yeah.
maybe doing less. But yeah, I
You
mean,
can
I don't
probably
know.
feel it too.
Yeah. I mean, I knew the cleats. I was trying to find new cleats and I just couldn't. But then my roommate had an extra pair that I didn't know about. So then he gave me those for the relay, or I guess I bought them off him. Anyways, point is, I'll yell at people, but not like one of these guys who's just like yelling to yell, like Christian Blumenfeld. Um,
Yeah. But he yells in a different language, so I don't know what he's saying anyways.
well, he was calling me the R word last time we raced short course.
Racist?
No, like mentally handicapped, the R word.
Oh, the artard.
Yeah. So
Oh man,
I
Christian.
was like,
Well, I
dude,
mean,
chill.
people say some stuff. Even Formula One guys say some stuff on the radio that is you're like, oh, that's a bit colorful. I get it. High
Yeah,
pressured.
man. I just
It's all
got a
right.
look from my girlfriend.
Oh wait, I was gonna ask you, are you single? It looks like you got a girlfriend. That's nice. Good for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Did you paint that thing behind you? Was that at like a get together, have a few
No,
wine?
it's from college, man. It's just like I think my mom actually bought it for me
That's
when
pretty sick.
'cause
I
I
like
moved.
waves.
Yeah, I moved apartments, and it was kind of like I mean, it's not like a nice painting. It's just a picture. But
It's great hotel art. Where are you living these
yeah,
days?
I live in Lafayette, Colorado, so just like 20 minutes outside Boulder.
Oh yeah, the
So
scene. I think I knew that anyways. I just wanted to get that for the record.
yeah,
So, quick question in your point of view: what part of our sport looks kind of glamorous online, and it's actually
yeah,
pretty depressing in real life? What do you think that? What's
depressing.
glamorous? Yeah, what's looks glamorous but is actually depressing?
I mean, I would say a lot of the travel. I mean,
Yeah, you
like
guys deal with that more than anybody in
you just,
WTCS.
dude, like lugging these bikes around in like some random airport you've never been to, and then like hoping to God they don't like charge you 50 euros per extra pound.
Or like an Uber XL will show up and you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
bro, I ordered that. And they're like, I won't put my seats down. I refuse. And they
yeah,
just take off. You're like, you
yeah,
asshole.
yeah. That's a great example. Or like, yeah, I've had Ubers just like drive by, like they're just like look at me and then just like nod and keep driving, like an
USA
XL.
Ubers never happens, but in Europe it
Yeah.
happens a lot.
So yeah, just I mean that's like because people they travel, you go to all these cool places and yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean when we went to London, like it's not like we were in like anyone who watched the race, we were in like kind of not the nicest part of town. It wasn't bad part of town, but it's just definitely was
Yeah.
out there. It wasn't like Big Ben was in the background. So
Yeah. You're not like at the grand final where it was like in Hyde Park.
yeah, yeah. So that's I mean there's definitely cool parts of travel, but just like with the bike and then it's like yeah, all the stuff, man. Like yeah, like you got all your shoes and you got training shoes and racing shoes and yeah,
Dude, nutrition's the worst part though, because that's like way heavy.
yeah, nutrition, right? And then like the feed is my sponsor. Like it's great when you're in the U.S., but then sending it stuff to Europe, it's just quite hard. And
Yeah.
totally, man. It's such a hard life, you know.
It is. I mean, I
I'm
think
joking.
it's a hard life in the sense that like it's all on your shoulders, and like as
Yeah,
much as you think like pro athletes are kind of having like help or travel, like everyone's booking their own travel, everyone's packing their
yeah,
shit, everyone's showing up on their own dime, and then hoping they get reimbursed in net 60. So
yeah. I mean, like right now, I'm planning on, dude, like going from 70.3 worlds over in Nice, and then hoping to do the T100. So that and like that's a whole. I mean, it's close, but it's just like, what day can I go to the hotel? When do I
that's
have
a
to pay for
long
stuff?
transit between.
No, it's like it's pretty close. Like it's like an
Oh, I
hour.
thought it was a bit further. Okay,
Which like yeah, I mean for
you
some
can
people,
train it.
yeah. Oh, train. Yeah, I thought you meant like get on my bike and ride it, like
No.
train.
Oh wait, Jackson's gonna pop in. We'll see what
But
he's
then
up
like
to.
after that, I'm gonna do the grand final. So that's like my road bike. It's just figuring out all this stuff. It's a lot, man.
You're not gonna road bike at Nice, man? That bike course looks crazy good.
I'm not. I was in Nice I was in Nice a few weeks ago, and I think if you had like a really heavy road TT bike, maybe not, but if you can get a decently light bike, it's 7% climb. Yeah, I mean, if you're only doing the climb, maybe a road bike, but
Yeah,
um,
fair.
there's still, what is
Who's
that,
your
nine?
you're on Trek, yeah?
For now, yeah. I don't have a
Okay.
bike sponsor right now, but working on that.
All right, Jackson. Thanks for showing up, bud. Glad you checked your messages. We got Morgan. Morgan was just
Yeah, I
saying how he
couldn't miss
missed you,
this one.
and so
I
I'm glad you showed up.
totally was thinking it was Tuesday, and then here I am. I made it. Just rushed home from the grocery store, probably didn't pay, and made it semi in time. So it's perfect.
It's fake money, anyways.
So what I
It's
missed,
Canada.
just give me a 10-second synopsis so I don't ask the same questions.
We were talking about you.
Yeah, Morgan's got a good, vivid memory he's going to share with you
I
that
was saying
changed his life.
how in Vancouver last year you were like, when I'm a little
Yeah,
bit
it's
chubby,
definitely
I'm more
true.
aerodynamic.
I think it's true. I don't think it helps for the run, and it's probably not a worthwhile trade-off, but
It might help for the
uh,
swim.
we're trying to go
Yeah.
the other direction, get some run speed back.
Well, have you seen this? What is this that these girls can't wear bras or something in the Tour de
Oh,
France?
we were just talking about that now, where like they were stuffing them.
Yeah, they're like it's like I mean similar energy of like aerodynamics and
That's crazy.
oh yeah. Anyways, Wonder how
Well,
they'll
if you
check
just
that.
You know what I always thought about too, like in the wetsuit, like we never really like we haven't hacked this one yet. And I was like always with Blue 70 since I got a close partnership with them. I'm like, just like put a couple of like little air-filled bladders that I can just like blow up and just kind of turn myself into a boat.
Dude, I was thinking of that for like I guess like a non-wetsuit swim, but almost wearing like a wetsuit jock strap style thing. So just
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like it gives you that flip because that's like the most important part to like float, you know,
Yeah,
like
your
the
butt.
body. Like people wear those swimmer shorts, and obviously like biking or running in those would stink. But if you just had like a little jock strap of flotation
Just
device,
pump it up like freaking your boy in
yeah,
what is it,
like
dodgeball?
yeah, White Goodman.
Yeah. Oh, all right, Jackson. Do you have anything you want? I got stuff that I've been rolling through, but Jack, of course,
I got some. I
what
got
do you
some
want to say to
definitely
Morgan?
questions.
You have
Probably
any
good for
questions
the
for him?
end though. If we just keep.
We already did cover the WTCS like past races in Hamburg and London. He's very particular about his shoes,
Yep.
cycling shoes, just like you are.
No, I got some new ones, and
What kind
they're
of that?
sick. So
Nice.
the ones that like the Commodius or whatever you say.
Fuck yeah! About time somebody got you
Oh yeah,
those.
because you gave me their number,
Yeah, dude.
but I got the Sprint. It's like you know, Velcro strap
Those
and
are the ones
stuff.
that I race. Just any race in
Yeah,
those.
I think I'm gonna use them for you know the next few long course races. They feel so
No
good.
other RTS pro liked them. It's such a shame. I was like so pissed about that. I'm like,
Like
I got these great shoes. No one fucking liked them.
the Sprint or just like any of them.
Any of them. They were like, they're
Not
too
heavy. They were too
heavy. I was
stiff
like,
for me.
bro,
My
these shoes
They're
are great.
heavy.
freaking weird ass feet.
Lisa's foot. Lisa's foot was too stiff. Mark just didn't find the deal himself, so he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, I want to try their road shoe. Just
Oh,
for
it's
like
so good. It
for
like has like
training.
the perfect contour to your foot, man. Like I honestly
Yeah.
think they're my favorite shoes, and they just look so crisp because they're super white.
Mm. Yeah, like the Sprint ones are kind of dorky looking, but if which is fine. It's racing, you know. But yeah. Anyways, we can talk about something else. It's not a sponsor of
Um,
mine, so I don't want to give too, you know.
yeah, we
They're
won't
great
praise him
shoe
too
though.
hard. But I've got a good relationship with the owner of Catamotus, and I will take credit for bringing them to the USA, even though nobody
They're
cares. But
they're
I
Dutch,
did.
right?
Yes,
I like the Dutch, man. I like Dutch people.
they get shit done, and they don't mess around. They got good food. Like I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
And Max Verstappen, like you don't mess with him. I got a question for both of you. What is the pettiest thing another athlete has done to make you train harder? Like you could be so super dumb, but you're like, you know what? F that guy. Next time I train, I'm gonna fire myself up.
Oh, I don't know if this is the biggest one, but well, I have a few. I have two. One is from one of my running days. So we were doing 400s on the track. This is a good workout, so like don't, you know, I'm not trying to this is forever ago. It was like 16, maybe it was like over between let's say between 10 and 15. So let's call it 14 200 or 400s. All sub 60, all in like 58 seconds.
Oh my word.
With
That's
like
like 4:30 pace.
No, 4 minutes.
4:10.
4 minutes
sub
is
4.
1 minute per
This is
lap.
4
Sorry.
minutes is yeah.
Oh, there we go. I sorry, my public race
So
brain.
I'm like, you know, this used to be good. Now people run 342 in the mile. But so I'm like, it was a big group of us, but I could tell the guys were all like hurting. Like, and I'm like, you know what? I'll take the last six. I lead the last six with like, there's like six of us doing it together, or like five, whatever.
Somebody out sprints
And
you
then
on
on
a
the
lap.
last 100 meters, this guy comes by me and tries to out sprint me. I didn't let him obviously, but I was like, bro, are you kidding me? I just led the whole, like basically half the workout, and you're gonna try to out kick me? I was so pissed. And then the second one is there's a guy named I won't say his name, but he's a good friend of mine, so I don't
What's
want
his name rhyme with?
to. Doesn't matter. He's my
Oh, come
friend.
on.
The other guy was not my friend. This guy. So we were swimming, and I'll straight up, I'm a better swimmer than him. Like I'll just say it. We do this swim, and it's like 300s or something, and he brought a camera there. He's like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna come film us. But so I swim with him,
I know what happened.
and he just stops. He gets out. He's like, because I mean, I'm obviously going a little bit quicker. And he's just like, it's just like your walls are so much better than mine. And I'm like, bro, my walls are not that good. Like maybe they're slightly, but like also every race we've ever done, I've beaten you out of the water. So that one, those are, I don't know if that's what answering your question
It is.
or,
Those are tangy. I like them.
yeah.
What about you, Jack? You got any of those?
Yeah, I mean, there are some unwritten rules for sure. Like, I can't think of a specific one, but
Morgan's just chugging a whole liter of gallon of water.
Dude, it's like 105 degrees here and I got to run after this.
after this. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's nasty.
So yeah, we got
Yeah.
the vibe of like if you lead, even if you're just leading a rep, I don't feel like it's the right move for someone who's been drafting to try to go past you. Like sometimes yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like what I just said.
They can go
Or like
in
not
line
even
with
in line,
you,
just
but
like
they better
they
not
can come up
pass.
to the shoulder to give you a little
Yeah.
push, but not go by. I feel like that's the rule. But that's just kind of like reiterating what he said. But another one that it doesn't really annoy me that much, but Nick, you do this all the time. Not every workout,
Yes.
but a lot of workouts at the start, it'll be like, oh, I'm feeling terrible. Oh, I'm feeling bad. It's gonna be a bad workout.
Yeah,
And then
I
just
do that.
not at all have a bad workout, have like a good workout even. But it's almost like it doesn't like change my workout at all. But I think a lot of us do this to like, and I've done it before too, to like lower our expectations for the workout, which is sometimes a good thing mentally. But if you don't know the person and you don't know like that they do this or that it's just a thing they're doing, it might get in your head of like, oh, they're having a bad workout and they're freaking crushing me. Like this sucks. Like I'm the worst.
No, like I am honest. I am telling you exactly how I feel in the moment.
Like
I feel like shit. I don't know what I'm going to do.
A relatively high training volume and starting an interval session, the first beginning of it always feels shit.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Like there's definitely days where I'm like, I actually don't know how I'm going to feel and I think it might be bad and then I feel good. So,
well, I have to tell a lot of the athletes I coach to like stop thinking about that as your whole workout pace. Like just stop thinking and just fucking go. And then after a couple reps, you probably will come good. And if you don't, then you just know you're not going to have it, but still go.
Two things is like, one is that's when I know I'm actually like pretty fatigued in training is like, I don't come around. You know, you do the first rep, it kind of feels shitty and you hit a certain time or split or power maybe on the bike. And then you're like, okay, like the first one never feels great. And then the second one is kind of like in the same range. And then the third
feels worse.
Yeah, it's like that's when you know like because there's like being tired and it's a proper amount of fatigue, and then there's okay, like maybe I actually need to like rest, you know, a little bit more than I was planning on. But the real pro move, Jackson or Jack,
Jackson's like usually what people call me, unless they met me like 15 years ago.
Yeah, is to like do that before a race, and just say, "Oh, I'm not in good shape. This isn't going to go well. I haven't been training."
Just crush them.
That's honestly like such a pro move, and because like
that's a laid low. I call that the laid low.
Yeah, but it's like if you think about it, it's like why would you? Because like then you do well, and people are like, "Wow, he like really knows how to perform," or you do bad, and you're like, "Well, he seemed like he was like sick," you know. So it's like, what's the point of like hyping yourself up? Because then if you do well, it's like, oh, you said you were going to do that, but if you do bad, I don't know. And I'll bring up one more pet peeve, and this is actually a pet peeve.
Ooh.
So like if I'm doing this has happened a few times, and where I live, there's climbs. So sometimes you do an interval on the bike up a climb, but you have like a power zone, like whatever. It's like usually a range. You're a coach, you're an athlete, like these things. When people are like riding with you and they're like, I'm like, yeah, you could sit on my wheel, but don't come around me because it just ruins your power because then you're just going off their speed and like you still get a draft in most of these climbs. And then they come around you, they're like, I'm trying to help you out. It's like, dude, I don't want your help. I just want to hit my power zone and go home. That is like, that actually bugs me, especially when you say something before, but like, that bugs me. Anyways.
Would you rather just like train solo or have to deal with that shit? Because half the time I would rather train solo.
For sure. Like if I have intervals, I'm just like usually going alone. But every so often, it's happened in the past, and yeah, totally.
Yeah. How often do you like to have training partners like throughout the week, if you could choose?
I mean, I like swimming with people the most, and then biking is nice. Like, I'll still do some like group rides and or like that sort of thing. So that's nice to meet guys that are like fast and just, that type of thing. You can't really like replicate that in training. Running, it's nice when I have people, but at the same time, like I'm not gonna like change my schedule for someone. So if they want to kind of jump in with me,
Yeah.
they're welcome. But yeah, and then like sometimes it's nice, like a long run. A lot of my long runs are progressive. So like sometimes I'll like meet a friend and do the first, 8, 9 miles together and then do the second half alone a little bit harder. And that
I
allows
like
me
it.
like that allows me time, you get back to your car, get a gel, get some fluids and that sort of thing. So yeah.
As like a hardcore running pedigree guy as you are, do you still have, and I only say this because my experience coaching a lot of pure runners, like runner in volume, like the level of mileage throughout the week is like so important for most people I've ever worked with. Like I have to hit like 100 miles. I have to hit this many miles. Is that still something that you kind of deal with?
I mean, I try to hit like close to 65 a week miles, but at the same time, like I think it's good. I think it is. I think like volume is a really important metric for running. Um, I, is it the only thing that matters? No. And like, is there times where you have to like let some of it go? Of course. Like if you're just, I mean, if, for example, race week or traveling, like you're not going to hit that every week, but if you're in a training block, like it's definitely something I try to be consistent with. But I'm
Yeah.
not going, I mean, 60 to 70 miles a week, it's like, it's not crazy. I mean, it's not nothing, but it's not crazy. It's not that hard to hit for me.
Also
Yeah.
because, so
So,
just for whatever, if people do kilometers, it's roughly 100 kilometers. Because you run so
yeah.
fast as well, like you probably do 100K in the time I do 90 or something like that. So I think some of it's time
I mean,
based. I mean,
maybe.
I don't know for sure, but like
Yeah,
for an age grouper to do 100K would take them so much longer. So
that's true. Yeah. But also, like,
for
I'm a
sure, yeah,
full-time athlete, so
obviously you can do it.
I'm not saying do that, but like, you look at the top guys in the world, like, it's
It's pretty
pretty,
standard.
Sounds on par.
yeah, it's like, I'm not on the lower end, but I wouldn't say I'm like on the
Yeah,
higher
I
end.
would say
So,
that's like what
yeah,
roughly the Norwegians are doing in a lot of the top Euros. You mentioned running
yeah.
mileage being a relatively important metric. Do you think as far as like between the three sports, do you think it's an important metric in all three? Do you think it's more important in running, or how do you view it in the swim and the bike?
Yeah, for biking, it's more time for me.
Yeah, time. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, especially because I'm someone who, I try not to do too much inside, but I like having it as well. So it's like, I mean, Zwift will give you a mileage, but yeah, so biking, I go time, and then swimming, I think, I mean, I definitely think volume's important, but I really think what's most important with swimming is like consistency. Like, you don't want to be like, if you're doing 20K a week, that's pretty good. I mean, I certainly do more, but I don't think you should do two 10K swims a week. Like, I think that'd be not a smart way to do it. I think you're better off doing five
More
4K
frequent.
swims. So,
Yeah. Totally agree.
um, I mean, if all you have time for is two 10K, I mean, like if you just have like 2 days a week where you can get to the pool and you just smash it out, like,
Swim for 3 hours straight.
because I've heard like of like ex college swimmers doing that just to like kind of save. And if you're a long course guy where the swims, you're just more maintaining. But for me as like a short course, aspiring short course athlete, like I'm always trying to progress my swim. I'm never like, oh, my swim's good enough. So
What do you think trumps, is it technique or power
in the in the water,
in the race? Yeah. Cause everyone's so like technique focused. Obviously it's very important, but like, I don't know. My opinion is like raw power and arm speed and kick rate those matter so much in a race at the pro level.
it's tough because with swimming,
I
I
think,
feel like technique and power are very related. Like if you don't,
yeah,
Well, I mean, like your technique has to get to a
yeah,
certain level, like to be pretty good and not inefficient. But then after that, then I think you got to hammer the power.
I think for long course or like anything like 70.3 or T100 and above, I think like being really efficient is really important. like I know that it's not answering your question, but like I found like for example, before a race, maybe doing 50s, like the day, like 2 days before a race, because you know usually it's like the swim preview the day before. So 2 days before, I'm maybe doing 50s with like enough rest, and I'm not going all out, but I'm going like race kind of mid race effort, and I think
Yeah,
that's like a
without building fatigue, just getting the feel.
yeah, and just like how fast you can kind of go, and I don't know like the physiological things, but like kind of like for me, like maybe I'm in a long course pool, like going a 32, but it's like it's not easy, but it's not like that, it's not hard. Like I could do it all day with the, you know, if I get 50, if it's on 50 seconds, I could just go all day. And it's just like that rhythm and
Yeah,
efficiency. So
rhythm.
I don't know. It's a little bit both power and like kind of what Jackson was saying. It's like a little bit of both. I do think like power, like I totally agree. Like I think power is like extremely important. Like just like because when you think of technique, it's like sometimes people are doing these like dainty drills and like you know like I'm trying to think of a drill like one arm drill and like I do one arm drill, but it's just like it's almost like you're not like thinking about pushing power through the water. So I think when you do, at a certain level, it is more about power than anything. But I guess
Yeah, because you have to like produce torque and provide that torque to the water,
yeah,
and like have the repetition rate to be able to sustain it. Like I think
yeah,
that's the hard part. I've always because it's a soft spot for me because I always look at stroke count of the best swimmers. Like I look at Lucy Charles Barkley's swim, and her stroke rate's really high, and her kicks are just kind of like barely there. And then I look at Mark Dubrick, and I see kind of like he's more like a swiveler. Like he doesn't really have a high anything. It's just
yeah.
very. So
And if
I
you watch
try to always
Vince,
look at that.
like Vincent Louis, he's like I don't maybe he doesn't show it these days, but he's still like one of the top swimmers in the world, like in triathlon. Like
Oh,
he's
for
got a
sure.
long stroke rate, but you could tell it's just so efficient.
Yeah.
Um, I think like with not to get too into the weeds, but I think when you look at like weaker swimmers, one thing I was thinking about actually today was just like a certain amount of like body control and like you look at a swimmer who's maybe not as fast, like it almost like looks like they're stuck in one gear.
Yeah.
Like and they don't have like they can't like if you tell them to turn over, maybe they can turn over, but they're not going to be catching any water. Or you tell them to slow down and they're like they don't even know how to go to a slower stroke rate because their stroke is what keeps their body position and their body position is connected to their breath. And like obviously that stuff even for the you know for the top swimmers in the world is all connected, but like being able to kind of like play around with your stroke, go like have different rhythms, have different you know breathing patterns and all that thing. I think if you're like a new swimmer, like that's something to play around with.
I like what you
Um,
said, rhythm for sure, because that's like
yeah,
the most things that people. If you can't hold rhythm, if you're like not a good dancer, like bad
yeah,
dancers are really tough to swim. Like it's tough to have
yeah,
that rhythm.
yeah. It's funny because like I can't. I'm so bad at like when I say bad, I'm like when I try to swim fast with a snorkel, it completely throws me off because my breath is almost like part of
Yeah,
my
because
rhythm.
it throws that shoulder.
Yeah, and it almost helps me open water a little bit because like the sight is almost like a connection of the stroke too, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And then you see
anyways,
find guys who ride higher in the water and have a very powerful
yeah,
drive and kind of have like a bit of that surge. Like it's really cool. Anyways,
yeah,
I think swimming is just such a really technical and almost like beautiful part of our sport when it's done
yeah,
so well. And you just get to watch the guys in the front just do a backstroke because they're waiting to see who the hell is going to come around. And you're like, you guys are
yeah.
already hammering it.
I have some interesting thoughts about that actually. Like, I think it's kind of lame. Like, it's getting old. This like, okay, like if you're doing backstroke to like look, kind of like get a sight of the field, but like, bro, like I think I was, what was that one Frankfurt Ironman?
Might have been
Was it?
who?
It was the men's only race, and they like shortened it. I think Casper won, but it was like a half
Yeah.
marathon run.
No,
Jackson,
that
were you
was this
there?
year.
Oh,
No,
this
it was
year. Because the
a
heat,
few
because the
weeks ago.
heat.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, these guys like all raced to the first buoy, and then they all got there and like basically sat up. And I'm like, you guys realize that's when the bad swimmers are gonna pop, like around that first buoy, when re-accelerating. But I think I don't know if it was Jamie Riddle or Vint, and they like it's almost like they got to the first buoy and then starting backstroke. I'm like, dude, that's exactly when you have to punch it even harder, and you're
For
gonna,
sure.
and it's like you're not gonna drop everyone, but like that's like it's you're trying to drop some guy, you know, it's
You'll get
like,
rid of 15 guys for sure.
yeah. And it's just like, it was just a massive pack. And like Magnus, who's not, you know, he's not a bad swimmer, but it's like, you're just letting guys into the race that you could, like, the swims your strength, like use it. Don't like, I don't know. I get it. Like you want to like conserve energy, but I just watching it, it's like you're not gonna break someone in the first, you know, it's a 4K swim. Like in the first 300, like if they might be on their limit, but as soon as you let them back in, they can recover, and then
Yeah, and then it's
and
easy
then
on the feet.
yeah. So I don't know. It's I mean they're race. They can do their own race. It's not like I'm not like mad at them. It's just I just kind of disagree with that tactic.
Perfect. All right, we're going to transition into some hot takes. I'll just throw a couple topics, and both you guys can kind of shed a little light on to what you think. You don't have to say a whole lot.
Yeah.
So first one is professional athletes should make their race income public.
I feel like it is like the prize money is right.
Well, the prize money is, but like aside from
Contracts.
race money, yeah, just like all those things.
I mean,
Like,
that's not really on the athlete because a lot of contracts have like you can't tell anyone,
yeah,
right?
non-disclosure. You're right.
So it's like I feel like people say that, but they've never read a real contract, and it's like as an athlete, we're not really allowed to say that. I get that.
Well, you could say at the end of the year, like, "Hey, I net, 300K.
Yeah,
I can't say where it came from."
yeah, no, totally. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea, but I also just yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about that.
I
Jackson.
don't mind it. I mean, I like that some people do it. I think there's more transparency in triathlon than a lot of sports with stuff like that, or with influencers and things like that. But I think it can be helpful for like people to know what relative values probably
To
are and
expect.
stuff like that. Um,
Yeah,
Especially people who are newer and like, but it can also be tough too because like somebody who's doing really well, and then people could be like, oh well, they're making this much and I beat them in that race, and it's like, well,
yeah,
Yeah.
but that like people need to realize like your value is not one thing.
It's
You know, it's not
it's
one race
longevity.
result. It's not. Yeah, it's not
not just
like
performance, and it's also develops over
yeah,
years, right? Like people
yeah. I mean,
follow people over years and years, and like I remember when I was first starting to have some like podiums and stuff, I'm like, man, like it's so hard to get contracts, but it's like, well, you're 25, you have 2,000
yeah,
followers, people don't know who you are, like it doesn't necessarily translate yet. And then at the same time, guys who are like 42 who aren't racing that well anymore, maybe, not saying all
yeah,
42-year-olds, like some of them are awesome, but they're living off the
yeah,
results from when they were like world champions and stuff, and like, yeah, they deserve a lot even if they're freaking coming 20th.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. I mean, you like, yeah. There's just certain guys that like, yeah. It's just it's not. I mean, it's funny because I think it's not. And I've talked to like people who have been involved with sponsorships, and it's not. There isn't like a formula either. It's like it's kind of is just people in a room like deciding what they think you're worth.
It
So
is.
it's like it's not. It's hard to like. Yeah, it is hard.
Well,
Um,
I mean, I'll say one thing before we move on. Like, I have a lot of these conversations with all these huge partners and brands, and the thing is, you have to be likable. People got to like you. They want to
yeah, well, that's something I
take care.
struggle with. Yeah.
Well, I think that honestly, like, you're coming around though. Like, I think people are now like, oh, that's just Morgan, and it's
I'm
like that.
joking.
I think it's getting a lot better. That whole thing you did with like Lionel Sanders not going to Kona, and you're just like, who cares? I thought that, and I saw you say that, and it's not because of anything against Lionel, but it was just like such a random headline.
It's
I
hilarious.
mean, pro tri news is like if they post about their wives and the athletes they manage, it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we
hey,
all love
they're
Lionel, but it was funny.
yeah. Who doesn't like Lionel? It's not Lionel.
No,
I also like. Also, I was actually talking to my girlfriend this morning about this because like short course. I mean, coming from short course in the U.S., like just honestly, like no one cares. Like it just sucks, and I would
it
love to
does.
see that change. But it's like, I mean, dude, like I mean, I got 29th in Hamburg, and like, I mean, that's not a good result for me. But like, it's like, dude, like it's just like way more competitive, and also it's like a double, it's like salting the wound because like not only is like people don't care, but it's also just like like highly, not that like winning in the Ironman like a Kona world title is, but I'm saying like to go to a WTS and be in the top five is a lot harder than to go to a 70.3 in Boise and be in top 5. No offense to like the guys that got top 5. It just
Oh,
is.
of course.
I've done both and I know. So
It's a hot take, baby.
it's not a hot take.
No,
it's
not.
it's ice cold, but like but like so it's like not only is like people don't care, but people all it's just like even it's competitive. So trust me, like I get it. It sucks for short course.
It's tough. It's tough in the sport in general because only people know like Ironman if they're just like a person, and they know nothing about short course, and like it's we just kind of like cannibalize our own culture pretty hard.
Yeah, but whatever.
All right, I mean, next one. I know you got to go run, so I'm not going to hammer you with too much. So let's do another one. Hot take: the Norwegian method has done more damage to age groupers than it has helped them.
Oh God.
I don't know. I mean, you're a coach, so I think that's for you to answer.
No, I think it's helped. It's probably done more help. Because like the number of people who actually even have time to think that they can train like the Norwegians and train that much.
Can I ask a question?
Injured.
Oh yeah, of course, dude.
What is the Norwegian method? Like, what is like in like a paragraph?
I think if I was to surmise it, oh yeah,
but Jackson like I feel like you're too close. I feel like
I'm not that close. I trained with them for like 3 weeks. The Norwegian method, I would say, is just like high frequency and pretty high volume, and then just a lot of threshold work. But it's the like pillars are volume, volume and threshold would be like the two. You could almost do it in 2 words. Like relatively high volume, a lot of threshold work across all 3 sports.
Well, that was like the real version of it, but that's not what the version of what was broadcast out there. It was just like find this lactate number, stay below it all the time. Everything is zone 2
threshold. But that's and then in Ironman they go down to like LT1, but typically it's always LT2. Like what they call threshold is LT2.
Yeah, it just like the media just kind of like really.
I don't know what it is, and you hear it all the time, and I just like, I think it's like, I think anything for triathlon to be in like people getting excited about is probably good for the sport and good for age groupers. And the more like, even if, I'm sure some guy got injured trying to do Christian's training regimen, but like in general, it's like people are excited and go out and train, and it's a good thing. So that's my answer, I guess.
I agree.
All right, next one. Last hot take. Social media following now matters almost as much, if not more, than some results. In terms of brand deals, legitimacy, all that, that your future.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I just like, I don't think, like, I think it matters, but I don't think it matters as much as result, like Taylor Nib isn't like posting every week, and I know she has a good amount of followers, but like it's because she's good,
Exactly.
It's because she's fast. So
it works for those who are constantly winning, which is that top 1%.
Yeah, and I think there's certain. I think the thing is they look at a few people. I mean, not like they look at a few people that maybe have a big social media following and a lot of sponsors, and maybe like they're quality athletes, but maybe not like top of the world. And I think that's what they think of. But I think those are more the outliers. When you look at like, if you looked at like the top 100 guys in the world, like, and their sponsorships and this, I don't know. I mean, I guess I think people, to really answer this question, maybe someone should do more of like a
case study.
Yeah, like a case study, because I feel like everyone always talks about this and that, and like it obviously matters. Social media matters, but like results obviously matter too. So there's probably some.
I think there's
something
kind of along that line is once you're into a certain level of performance, it kind of the social media goes relatively in correlation with how good you are. Like if you look at the world top 100, I would think that the following of each athlete would roughly be in like the first athlete has the most, the 100th athlete has the least, and it's relatively consistent. Once you're outside of, I don't know if 100's the right number or not, but once you're outside of, say, finishing top, I don't know, 20%-ish in like 70.3 races, where like people don't really know who finished 11th to last, right? Once you're in that category, I think that's where you can really help yourself with, if you can somehow develop a bit more of a following. If you have like, say, I don't know, 8,000 followers versus 2,000. I think that matters more than whether you finish 11th or 25th.
Yeah.
So for people who
That's
are like
true.
developing and trying to work their way up, or who are just like journeymen and they're in it in their mid pack, I think it can be definitely more important. And if you can find a niche and like just do a good job of social media, maybe like be a coach, be sort of, you know, a local hero, win all your local races, like get a following. That's probably more important.
Just wear a tuxedo when you race, and then you'll get all kinds of followers. But I think that's something I actually have to deal with all the time. So that was a good question I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
guys.
Well, and my advice, and maybe people don't want my advice because I'm not
We do. That's why
the
you're here.
biggest social media, but like, I just think it's part of the job. Like, if you treat social media like a job, just that's good. Like, just post and like, just do it, you know?
Yeah, you might
Do
inspire
it,
somebody.
like, do it until, like, don't let it affect your performance, but like, and it will if you spend too much time. But at the same time, it's like, if you just like post a reel and like running on the treadmill and just say zone 2, like people are into that, you know?
Yeah, that's the
That,
Morgan Pearson MO.
that's,
It's all zone
that's
two.
simple.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to pass or smash, do a few of those, and then give you a chance to grind some gears if you got any, and then we'll get you on your run. Okay, so pass or smash, and you don't have to, you have the option to not explain yourself, so don't feel like you have to. Pass or smash, dating a professional endurance athlete.
I'll go first. Pass.
I'll pass.
Wait, I thought Morgan weren't you dating at some point in your life some professional endurance athlete?
Oh, my girlfriend's a great runner, but she's not pro. So,
Oh, I thought she was pro.
I mean,
My bad.
some women at her level would call themselves pro, but
Ooh, another soft spot. All right. How about this one? Separate bedrooms during race week.
Pass.
pass.
Pass
I mean,
for sure.
I don't like my girlfriend doesn't come to that many races, but and when she does, we have the same.
Yeah, because that shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Sharing your live location with your partner while you're training.
Smash.
Yeah, I for sure do that.
Safety, baby. Got to have it.
Yeah.
How about zone 2 influencers? Pass or smash?
Smash.
Actual zone 2, not hypothetical.
Smash, man.
Dude, one time at the height of my zone 2, like when I was posting it and just getting like all these
Peak
views from
zone
it,
2.
like I did this group ride and it like ended up on a climb, and this bigger guy, he was a bit farther back, and he finished on, and we all like regrouped on the top, and he's like, yeah, I was just staying in zone 2, and I was like, I think this guy's literally making fun of me, but like doesn't know it's me. That's how it felt. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what is. Yeah, pass or smash.
I think you'll smash it. All right, next one. Mandatory post-race interviews immediately after a catastrophic performance.
I mean, I have a good story about that. Well, it's not that good a story. But
Was this at Dubai?
No, Dubai. No, this is at the Olympics. So like,
okay.
There's a certain athlete, and you could look it up. But basically, I felt like I had a poor swim there, and I felt he was like just being an idiot, like swimming up on my shoulder, and like, bro, we're losing the pack. You're pushing me under, like,
Yeah, slowing you down.
like we're both losing. Like we shouldn't be fighting. Let's just get behind me, and I'll try to close this gap. And I think after the race, I was like, yeah, like that. It was like literally right after the race.
I think I remember this interview. I remember you saying this.
And I was like, that guy has such a loser mindset. Like,
I remember.
And yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of stand by what I said, but he's from a country it was from a country that like, yeah, there's like a certain culture there that people were calling me like anti-Semitic, and I was like, what? Like online. So
yeah,
I don't know. Just be careful what you say.
Yeah, I think you've probably learned that lesson once, and maybe you'll have a few more of those. Who knows?
Yeah, but I honestly feel like when you're like in the heat of, like I hate when people are like not saying how they actually feel. Like just say it. It's like don't be a dick. But some of these interviews, man, it's so boring.
Yeah, I like that you kind of like say what people sometimes think but don't say. So I'm a fan of that aspect of
Yeah.
Morgan Pearson.
And like Cassandra Beaugrand, like
If you want to French it up, man, go ahead.
well, yeah. So like I think it was Quiberon, WTS. Their girls were like throwing water bottles at each
Oh
other.
yeah, that was
Oh
Do you
yeah,
remember that? And
yeah. I
like
remember
I
that.
think in her post race interview, she kind of like was like, yeah, that one girl was like she was like I don't know, she was like really she was knocking over the like she kind of called her out, and I was like, honestly, I respected it. So
yeah, that was
yeah,
good.
All right.
I mean, I could barely
Uh,
understand what she was saying, but
she's got the like when Vincent Louis was in Boise, and I think Dave Ragsdale was the announcer, and he just loved throwing the French accent on everything. Called him Vincent, or
yeah,
what
That was so
was
funny
it?
because he kept like saying as many things in French as he could, like beforehand when he was talking to him and stuff, and he walks up to him and he asks him in French because I know enough French to kind of like know basic whatever. He asked him like, oh, he said like, hi, how are you doing or something, and then Vincent said, oh, good, and how are you in French, and then he just said thank you. So he clearly didn't actually know much French.
At least he tried. You got to give him try props.
Vincent was laughing about that, but Vincent has a really thick accent too. So
Yeah, on the pro panel, it was like, man, I
I
don't know what
think
he's
I mean
saying.
Vince is like the easiest French person for me to understand of
Really?
all the short course athletes for sure.
That's
I
good.
think people are. I think Sam Laidlow being French kind of throws people off.
true because he's not.
He sounds
Did you
British.
Did you see this Ekoi video,
Uh-uh.
bro? You gotta look it up. It's like because he's sponsored by Ekoi, and it's him like talking with a thick French accent.
Just
I was
laying
like,
it down there.
what is this? Like it looks AI. It seems like it's AI. And I sent it to some people, and they're like, no one replied. I was like, what is this? And no one. I was like, dude,
They
that's
just
not how
bought
he
it.
talks.
So he's talking in English with a thick French accent.
Yeah, dude, it's weird.
Like Pepe Le Pew.
Look it up. Look it up.
All right. Well, let's hit a grind my gears. For me, Morgan, I'll give you a chance to think about it. I'll go first, Jackson. Maybe you got one too. For me, what grinds my gears in this particular day is when I was riding today, somebody passed me with a truck and trailer, and they acknowledged me because they looked at me, and then they immediately took a right-hand turn and almost killed me. That
Yeah.
fucking pissed me off so bad today. And then they didn't even acknowledge that they did it. They just drove on like that was what I got for being alive. So that really pissed me off today. Anyone gotten one now, or do I need to go again?
I didn't have
I'll
any
go.
issues with cars on Zwift today, so I was good there.
Oh, on Zwift. Nice. Good job, bud.
Yeah,
All right,
so
Morgan.
so I was at the pool like 2 days ago. So it's like summertime here, summertime everywhere in this hemisphere.
It's over
And
100 degrees everywhere right now,
bro,
by the
it's
way.
so hot.
Yeah.
And so it's a long course pool, but over the weekend they turned it to short course. So there's 20 lanes, which is
You
nice.
talking about Scotty?
Yeah. So it's super busy. I was like, wow, it is insanely busy. Whatever. I'm sharing a lane with some nice lady. She's great. Bro, I'm like looking around and there's these bros
Oh,
just in
okay.
these like goofy speedos, and they're just like standing at the they're in the pool standing at the wall for like I swam 90 minutes. These guys maybe did 2 laps,
Oh,
and they're just it's like three of them or four, like maybe four or five of them over 2 lanes. I'm like, bro, this pool is so busy and you're just taking up lanes. Like either swim or get out, man. Like if you're done, leave, because people will use that lane. And like
I
that
actually
lady
have
was
told
that lady
people
was
that stuff
nice,
before.
but I just like I had some butterfly. Like it was just like no one. If you can have your own lane, it's nicer. So
Especially on mixed strokes.
yeah. So I mean, it's recent, and I'll get over it. But that's the one.
That's a good one. That's pretty real life because that happens pretty frequent. Or like a little kid, their parents will let them swim in the lane. I'm like, there's like 10
Yeah.
people waiting for a lane, kids.
Yeah. Well, little kids, it's always dicey. But when they're like
Yeah.
40-year-old dudes, just like I don't know, like who knows what they're trying to accomplish. But
They're just there for the vibes, man.
yeah.
They're probably ex-college sprinters, and they needed to get their 2 by 50-meter all-out sprints in.
Yeah.
I mean, they were in there for 90 minutes, and I didn't see them leave the wall. So I think they could have done that perfectly fine.
They were just peeing randomly.
Yeah,
Um,
seriously.
The last one I got is people who don't signal in a roundabout when they're going to exit. That one just really kind of gets me
Like
a
in
little
a
bit.
car or a bike?
Yeah, in a vehicle. Like this is vehicle
Yeah.
life only. I like it when people
It's
like
not
indicate that they're
bad,
going to
though,
exit.
because you just don't drive side by side with someone in a roundabout, and you just drive behind them. You're good.
Well, it's like when you're coming into a roundabout, though, and then they just exit. They could have flickered their blinker that they're exiting, and you could have just gone, and you wouldn't have had to stop and wait for them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, you know
That's
what?
a common gesture.
You know what's mine? It's kind of, this is the last thing I'll say, is like you're at a or like you're at like a stoplight or whatever, stoplight, and someone is like trying to be nice by letting you go, but they have the right of way.
Oh yeah.
And it's
yeah.
like,
And
bro,
you're in your
let's-
track standing, like, just go.
or you're like, you're on your bike, or you're in another car and it's two cars. And it's like, no, like you have the right of way. Just go. If we all did the right thing, it would go faster than like you like thinking you're being nice by like letting me go when you don't have a stop sign and I do. It's just, like something equivalent of that is, you know.
That was one from last week, to be honest. Lisa brought that up.
said the
So
same
this is
one.
Really?
Good one.
yeah.
Well, I didn't
So
listen,
it
so.
Well, yeah, it's okay. You know, we couple 100,000 downloads. If you weren't part of it, it's a big deal. Anyways, we'll let you go on your run, bud. And by the way, what is your run today in this 105-degree heat?
Just easy run with, I'll do some like short hills, just activations.
Nice. Well, you should wear one of those, like whenever it's that hot, I wear a giant brim hat, and all the Mexican workers, they think I'm sick. They're like, "Oh, nice hat, bro."
Well, it's like incredibly hazy and smoky here, so I don't even know if that would help because it's like not that sunny.
Oh.
It's just smoky.
Oh.
It's like worse than just being sunny. It's also 6. It's like 6 p.m. So hopefully it's cooled off a little.
All right.
But,
Well, Morgan, I know I kind of just asked you late notice to be here, so thanks for coming. Jackson, thanks for showing up. Morgan, we'll look to see it at a race someday, buddy. Once you
Yeah, dude.
hit the
What's the rest of your
70.3s.
season? Did you already say this?
I'm gonna do 70.3 Worlds,
Oh yeah, and then T100.
T100, Grand Final WTS, some World Cups WTS. Hopefully, like T100 races happen in the Middle East, or not World Cup, like short course racing. They're not WTS, but they're just Olympic points.
Yep.
We'll see if there's like Saudi races happen. If not, I might do Indian Wells or something like that. That'd be fun.
Come on out. I want to get you on again, and I'll remind you in months. I want to talk about the Olympics more and just selection, all the bullshit you got to go through, because I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it after the season, so I have like a little bit of a see where my standings are.
All right. Well, we're gonna let you go. Don't sign off right away, bud, just because we gotta make sure the upload's good. But until next time, Morgan and Jackson, peace out.
I got ish to do, flying through the sky in my parachute, dancing on the couch like I'm Tommy Cruise on a one-man mission trying to see it through.